not knowing things, he will easily misguide you. If you are one who just follows anyone who just comes by, he will misguide you. The second is that you will be tested with your own knowledge. When you ask, why is Allah doing this? And the question that we put in the beginning of this talk, that why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala create such a man? Why did Allah do this? Why have we been put in such a trial? Allah cannot do this. Let me worship the Masih Dajjal. So it will test your own knowledge. How much iman do you possess? The way to overcome this has been given to us in Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17, verse 36. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that, and follow not that which you have no knowledge. Verily, the hearing and the insight, the hearing and the sight and the heart of each of those will be questioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So do not follow blindly. Even if you are, it is an easy way out, that if I just stick to one person and keep following him, it will be alright. No. Allah has given you sight and hearing and intellect to use it, to interpret things, to understand on your own. Because this on the day of judgment will not serve as an excuse that I was following that person, since he was misguided, I was misguided. No, you seek your own knowledge. Do your own research. Find out for yourself. The second thing that we also learn from the surah is that Allah knows best. Our knowledge is very limited. When we say, oh, why did such and such a person die? How could Allah do this? Why is the Dajjal here? Why is this trial on me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Know this, that Allah knows best and you know not. The trials that you are faced with, Allah knows why He has put you in that situation. Like you are stopping a child from touching the fire. The parent knows why, but the child does not know. The parent has a full knowledge, the child does not. He thinks it's something to play with. In the same way, Allah knows certain things which you do not know. And though you might think that this is bad for me, in reality, it may be good for you. The last trial is the trial of leadership and authority. As in the story of Zulkarnain, who was a great leader and a man who was given authority, and he used his authority and his power justly and for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he had two qualities. He was just, and whatever he did for the sake of Allah. The Dajjal will come to rule the world. He will rule the entire world except Makkah and Medina, where he will not be able to go. And he will be an unjust ruler, quite the opposite of Zulkarnain. He will be unjust, he will be a liar and deceiver, and he will be an oppressor. And how this relates to us is that when you are faced with a powerful leader, it is a test to see if you will stand up for the truth. When an unjust ruler comes to you, will you stand up for the truth and do the right thing? As the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, mentioned, that the greatest jihad is to speak a just word to an unjust ruler. That is the greatest jihad. To speak out when everyone else is silent. That is the greatest jihad. And similarly, we know from this incident of the Masih Dajjal that there will be a man who will come out from Medina who will oppose the Masih Dajjal, and the Masih Dajjal will kill him and then resurrect him. He has been mentioned as the greatest martyr of mankind. Because of this very reason, that he spoke up against injustice. He said, I know you are Masih Dajjal. And when he killed him and resurrected him, he said, now I am 100% sure that you are Masih Dajjal. Because my Prophet had warned me about you and I know all of these things. And when he tries to kill him again, he's not able to, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts a collar of iron on the neck of that young man, so that the Masih Dajjal cannot kill him. The second thing that we learn from this particular surah is that when you are given authority, when you are given power, how will you use it? This is a great test for you. You might think that the person sitting in office somewhere, or the person who has authority or has a kingdom or this and that, he is well off. No, in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has got a great test on him. Because whatever Allah ta'ala has given you, be it wealth, authority, power, whatever it is, you are being tested on that. How will you use it? Will you use it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or will you use it for this dunya, to better yourselves and your generations? This is a test. And this is again a very great lesson that we find as a trial in Surah Al-Kahf. Allah Ta'ala has told us time and time again that you will be tested, you will be tested. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It has been mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah chapter 2 verse 155. And certainly we shall test you with something of fear, hunger, loss of wealth, lives and fruits. But give glad tidings to as-sabirun, the patient and the steadfast. So you will be tested. Fear, hunger, lives, crops, all of these things with your children. You will be tested with these things. Allah Ta'ala tells it in Surah Al-Baqarah. But the patient ones are the ones who need to be given the good news, because they are the ones who will be successful at the end of the day. It mentions again in Surah Al-Ankabut chapter 29 verses 2 and 3. Do the people think that they will be left to say we believe without being put to the test? We have tested those before them, for Allah must distinguish those who are truthful and He must expose the liars. So if you think, if you are under the impression that you can say I believe in Allah and Allah will not test you, you are clearly wrong, because He will test you like He tested those before you, so that Allah Ta'ala can see what is in your hearts. Who is the truthful one, who really believes in Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala, and who is a liar? Who is the one who says yes I believe, but in his heart of hearts he does not believe? So this is the test that Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala will put you through. The bottom lines is that we must learn these valuable, extremely valuable lessons that have been mentioned in Surah Al-Kahf, if we are to protect ourselves from the greatest trial of mankind, and even in our daily lives. These stories are not fairy tales, they are not legends of the past, they are not something to be made a mockery of or to joke about. This is something very, very serious, which has been told to us by the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. These trials are real. Whether you believe it or not, it is very real. There is immense wisdom that is given to us in this holy book. Yet there are some who will choose to believe it, and there are others who will reject it. What I would request you to do is, whatever knowledge that you have gained today, pass it on to those around you, be it your children, be it your friends and relatives. Because if you do not know what the Masih Dajjal is, what are the trials that he will bring, surely you will not be able to face him. If you do not know what the problem is, how can you cure it? So it is extremely important to spread this message. I would like to end by reciting a verse from the Holy Quran, from Surah Ibrahim, chapter 14, verse 27, where Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala mentions that Allah will keep firm those who believe with the word that stands firm in this world and in the hereafter. And Allah will cause to go astray those who are zalimun, that is the wrongdoers. And Allah does what He wills. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من عذاب جهنم وعذاب القبر ومن فتنة المحيا والممات ومن فتنة المسيح الدجال. O Allah, we seek refuge in You from the punishment of the hellfire, from the torment of the grave, from the trials of life and death, and from the trials of the Masih Dajjal, the false Messiah. O Allah, always keep us rightly guided on the path of Sirat al-Mustaqim. Help us to study and understand the Holy Quran and follow Your deen wholeheartedly. O Allah, please forgive our sins, be they big or small, and in the hereafter grant us a generous reward and the highest levels of paradise.